So, before we continue, I I kind of feel the need to point out something to explain a change that I've had to make um, for this video going forward. Um, I like that. By the way, I like that this player went ahead and he knelt before me, but really he. Anytime I can be able to help another player learn a bit more about the lore. Aw, he's going away. Oh well. See, today I got to help a player know, so. Anyways, I feel the need I have to point something out. Although apparently one of them, oh, never mind, that is the default. Yeah, so here's the thing. You'll probably noticing I'm having to do this instead of just have everything on. The thing is, I've had to turn off all of my add-ons. So today, there was okay, so today is a Tuesday. It's patch day. Or rather, it's reset day. However, it is also patch day, but not for the actual live game. So, a couple of things happened today. Apparently, there was a big goof up or mistake on Twitch's part with the Twitch app that many of us use to handle all of our add-ons. And they got mistakenly, like, placed in the wrong spot or mixed up wrongly with the add-ons that you can have separately for WoW Classic. And let's just say today was a bit of a an odd day when it came to our add-ons and the amount of errors that many of us kept receiving when it came to using our add-ons. So let's just say that going forward and there's probably like just one or two videos left for this starting zone. I'm just going to go ahead and do it without the add-ons. And the other big thing that happened today is that the pre-patch for Shadowlands has been added to the PTR. Yeah, the PTR now has the pre-launch event, the pre-patch for Shadowlands, and it's so unfortunately I'm having a lot of technical issues. Like, there are times I've tried a certain character in a city, I move, and then all of a sudden I get disconnected, or the game crashes. So there's a lot of technical issues going on right now with the PTR. Crashes, bugs, glitches, disconnects. I logged on to my Demon Hunter, and his head was all glitched out. Like, it was all white with no color or texture. Just this white head. And it was just like, what? And I was asking other players in the PTR, because there's tons of players in the PTR. And I was asking them, does my head look all glitched to you? And they were like, oh yeah, it looks all white. And I was like, oh, okay, good. Because I wanted to confirm that it was like something other players could see. So that way I could be able to actually, properly report it as a bug. Since that's one of the things that Blizzard wants us to do, is report as many different bugs as we can. I hope they take note of the amount of technical issues, so we can be able to actually participate in the PTR without it constantly DCing us or crashing us, since that's what I'm encountering. So I'm going to hold off on participating in the PTR for now until they make it a little bit more stable, because how can I properly test things out if I'm constantly getting disconnected or crashing? So anyways, I have a feeling that may possibly have something to do with what happened with the add-ons. So that's all I want to say. So farewell, Master Shang-Chi. You will be remembered. Now, let us head over here and meet up with Asa and G. And you'll notice a couple of the, well, actually all 4 of the spirits are here. So you'll see,
woods a while. Asa and I can hang out here. You know, just the 2 of us.
Do not listen to him. We've got work to do.
like, why do they sound so oh, that's why. My apologies. I had that turned down when, earlier tonight when, my guild and I were going into Nyalotha, because I like to have the game turned down so I can hear them better on the Discord. So I forgot to turn it back up, so sorry. So, obviously I hope that you guys saw the chat there that they were like, we're ready to go, and she's like, well, you could just wander the woods a while Asa and I just hang out here, just the 2 of us. And she's like, oh, don't listen to him, we have work to do. So, nice little try, G, but, you know, she's just very focused. So, I'm trying to point out how all 4 of the spirits are here. There's Wugo, once again just napping. You can see Huo, he is flying around helping maintain the heat for the balloon, and Da Feng is helping with the wind to keep the balloon afloat. Now, where's Shu? I saw him a moment ago, and I think he just kind of took off, because Shu is not really helping out here, it seems. No, there he is. There's Shu. Shu's just kind of wandering around. Oh, he's checking on Wugo. He's like, hey, why are you sleeping again?
Patience is the highest virtue.
So, there he is. We are about to take this balloon and just fly near his head so we can finally talk with him. Talk with him. I know it sounded weird. I know, Papaneeks. I know. Such is the way of things. She knew what Shang-Chi was about to do, so... Now is not the time to grieve. The balloon is ready, and Shenzhen Su awaits. We shall be the first Pandaren to speak to Shenzhen Su in hundreds of years. It is a great honor.
Hop in.
Alright.
Where's Master Shang?
Gee, they were in the Wood of Staves. You know where Master Shang is now.
Let a Pandaren hope, would you? I'm going to miss the old man.
And I'm sure we all will.
Gee, be respectful when we speak to Shenzhen Su.
When am I not respectful? You hurt me, Asa.
I might, if you embarrass us.
By the way, Shenzhen Su is once again voiced by Jim Cummings.
Shenzhen Su, we are the descendants of Lu Lang. We've sensed your pain, and we want to help. What ails you, Shenzhen Su? What can we do?
I am in pain, but it warms my heart that Liu Lang's grandchildren have not forgotten me. There is a thorn in my side. I cannot remove it. The pain is unbearable, and I can no longer swim straight. Please, grandchildren, can you remove this thorn? I cannot do so on my own.
Of course, Shenzhen Su. But your shell is large, and I do not know where this thorn could be.
It is in the forest, where your feet do not walk. Continue along the mountains, and you will find it.
We will find it, and we will remove it. You have our word.
Again, notice
Thank
Da Feng
you,
and Huo helping with the balloon.
A thorn? I left my tweezers at home.
I doubt it's that small, G.
How could such a thing cause pain to something so large?
We will know soon enough.
You can already see it from here.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Is that a boat?
It is a boat. A whole airship. That's a bigger thorn than I was expecting.
Those aren't Pandaren down there. They've got no fur.
Someone has crashed into our island. Removing this thorn may be more complicated than we thought. We should let Elder Shalpai know, and then plan our next move.
So some wondered, they speculated that the ship there was actually the ship that we used at the end of the Dragon Soul raid to catch up with Deathwing. Because if you remember, we basically jumped, like everybody jumped out of that ship to land on Deathwing's back. I'm not entirely sure if I remember if that is true, that literally nobody was there on that ship. But some speculated if nobody was on that ship and that was the ship that actually crashed in here. However, as we're soon going to find out, that is not true because, one, there are people from that ship that are just now in that forest. Also, since then, we have received confirmation that, timeline-wise, this actually took place during Cataclysm, not after Cataclysm. So it was just interesting, the speculation that some players had about what exactly that ship was and when, like, if this was taking place after Cataclysm or during. So
I have only the finest wares.
gosh, playing the game without add-ons, this feels so strange.
Keep the peace. We can do business.
It's alright. This takes me back to a time when, like, I first started out and I knew nothing about add-ons or how to set that up, and, you know, I'm sure some people just, they cannot even fathom today playing this game without add-ons. Of course, you'll probably notice, like, you know, some people have add-ons that completely change their interface. I've never really learned how to utilize those, even though I do have them amongst my list of add-ons. But, I mean, this is not really that different from me. Like, there's only, like, a few that I kind of consider, like, extra quality of life changes or improvements, like to the map and such, but, and the stuff with the bags, but, you know, just those are little things that I can kind of live without for the time being.
What wisdom do you seek?
You have undergone a great honor, monk. Have you come back wiser for it? It is up to all of you to remove the thorn from the side of Shenzin Su. Do not let your differences come between you. Trust in each other. Within the Pei Wu forest is a lone hermit. Head directly to his hut. He knows intimately of the dark things that now lurk in the trees.
Family, friends, food. These are what matter.
So, for the time being, you could consider this kind of what a lot of new players would do. Speaking of which, in case you're curious, once I do a little investigating and, you know, get more knowledgeable about it, in fact, I'm actually going to see if I can experience the brand new starting zone they're adding in Shadowlands. I'm going to see if I can actually do that in the PTR. Once I do a little bit more investigating in terms of, you know, how to do it and all that, I will try and see if I can actually add that to this series to show you how that new starting zone will work. Also, it seems, based on what I did when I experimented creating a new character, which, by the way, it has the new character creation screen, which I love what they've done with that. You will actually get an option, a choice, to either do the new starting zone or just simply do the starting zone that your character is usually part of. So, again, it's all just kind of like early PTR stuff, so it can obviously change. So you'll notice we have Jojo with us, and he's got a new weapon.
What? The gate is jammed.
Let me try. Did they prop this door up against a boulder? Oh, it won't budge.
Make way for Jojo!
Well done, Jojo.
Oh. That looks like the hermit's hut. I mean, it's a hut, so I assume that must be the hermit's hut. A Tauren.
Wei, are these friends of yours? Never met them before in my life. Pandaren don't really come in any bad flavors, though.
Too true.
Korga Strongmane, once prisoner of the Alliance, now a free and woefully unarmed Tauren. Good to meet you, Pandaren.
The Alliance? If the crashed ship is theirs, we need to contact them. Jojo, would you come with me?
We need to dislodge that ship, Korga. If we help your crewmates, can you help us?
Gladly, my new friend. Our engineer is still in the wilds, though. We will need to rescue him first.
So,
Well, we've got a master person finder here. We're on it.
thanks, G. So, anyways, a few things I want to address there. First, I love what Wei here said. Pandaren don't really come in any bad flavors, though. I love that, because it's so true. Think for a moment, how many evil Pandaren can you think of? Just outright evil. I can't think of a single one. Now, in our time questing in Pandaria, we do encounter some Pandaren that are influenced and changed by some of the Shahs. In the questing in Townlong Steppes, when we are going after the Shah of Hatred, the Pandaren woman who lost her husband, she gets taken over by the Shah of Hatred and is like, ah, but she's not evil. She's just having, her grief taken advantage of and turned into hatred by the Shah. So, that kind of stuff doesn't count. But think about if you can think of just a Pandaren just on their own, just outright evil. And I don't think there ever has been one. And so it just feels like that statement is just, incredibly true. And this is, keep in mind, this is a hermit. This is a Pandaren who doesn't really interact with other people, and yet he is vouching for the Pandaren to this Tauren, saying, well, their Pandaren don't really come in any bad flavors, so I'm sure they're still good people. Another thing I love is that it's very poetic that one of the first races that a Pandaren interacts with here is a Tauren. Because, I believe I mentioned when we went through the Tauren starting zone how the Taurens have this, very huge respect for nature and taking care of their planet, and, and home. I also forgot to mention this earlier. The Pandaren are one of the native races of Azeroth. Now, there are several that we believe are not entirely confirmed, but of the playable races, 3 of them we know are native to Azeroth. The Trolls, the Tauren, and the Pandaren. And so it just seems extremely fitting that one of the first races that we would interact with as a Pandaren is a Tauren. Just a lot of similarity there. Also, and then lastly, you may wonder how Asa knew about the Alliance. The thing is, and some people didn't really understand this or realize this, the Pandaren are not, unaware of what has been happening in the world. Part of the point of the Pandarens that are here on the Wandering Isles is that they are explorers. They, at times, will leave the Wandering Isle to go to the land. Like Chen and Lili are 2 examples that were mentioned, how they left to go explore the world, and they sometimes come back, from time to time. And some people are like, wait a minute, this is a Wandering Isle. How would they do that? They have, boats and such set up so they can be able to go to various different places, and then are able to find their way back. But it's, they're not, unaware of the things that have been happening. They are aware. They know about the Alliance and the Horde. They probably know about the things that have been happening over the past few expansions. They are aware of, the Cataclysm. They're aware of the Scourge. You know, some of the various different things. You know, it's not hard to believe that Chen and others who left the Wandering Isle came back and told them, by the way, this is what's been happening on the the main continents. So that's why she immediately knew what the Alliance was, even though some players didn't really get that. Evil is rising from the seas and filling the forest. It's not just tigers anymore. Something far more sinister lurks in the shadows, waiting to take any Pandaren unwise enough to stray out alone. You are not safe here. The forest has become far more dangerous ever since Shenzhen Su began shaking. The tigers are agitated and have begun attacking the refugees, and on occasion, me as well. If these injured and weak survivors are to make it to safety here at the hut, we need to help clear the forest for them.
Well met, Pandaren.
My men are malnourished, injured, and exhausted, but they are Horde. Everyone will fight to their dying breath. As our new ally, we will stand by you when the time comes. But we should stand stronger with weapons. We would stand stronger with weapons. I have my men out gathering bamboo stalks to fashion them into spears. If you can spare the effort, we could use the extra pair of capable hands.
The Horde stands by you.
The Horde stands by you. And again, like, he's just immediately being an ambassador, for the Horde towards us.
I need to be closer.
Giving a really good positive first impression to you about having your Pandaren actually join the Horde. Some bamboo. I see stalks of bamboo. Oh no, I have 2 tigers on me, but it is okay, for I am a broommaster.
I do not have a target.
Gosh, I love the music here. The music of this expansion is so good. I love listening to the soundtrack of Pandaria so much.
I am out of range.
There are 2 soundtracks from WoW that I listen to quite often. Actually, 3. And it's no surprise considering that these are my 3 favorite expansions, and don't ask me to pick one over the other. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a 3-way tie. Pandaria, Wrath, and Legion. Like, I can't choose one over the other amongst those 3. I love all 3 of those expansions equally.
I need a target.
Alright. I did notice a couple of interesting little changes in the PTR that I'm looking forward to in terms of the baseline questing UI. Something I noticed that I was just like, oh yes, I'm so happy that's a change they're making. I did notice though. This does feel a little odd, playing this without any add-ons. But at the same time, it's not all that different from me. I'm sure there are plenty of people that they feel like they are incapable of playing this game without add-ons. And there are times I remind people, it's like, when Shadowlands goes live, many of our add-ons are going to be out of date and not going to be usable because they could actually, like, cause some bugs and issues. So from time to time, it is okay to play the game without add-ons. Just to kind of get more used to that style for those times where it's just going to become, an issue where you can't really avoid it or get past it.
I need to get closer.
How convenient. The bamboo grew right there. And there was another right over there. Notice the orc over here gathering bamboo. Remember, these were prisoners on that ship. So that's why many of them, like, are not armored up and don't have weapons. Because they have been prisoners. These survivors are in your debt, monk.
Strength and honor.
These are excellent. We will have them crafted into weapons in no time. To dislodge the Alliance ship, we need to find our engineer. He parted ways with us when we were escaping the wreckage. You should be able to find him somewhere in the western forest. Tell him Korga sent you, and he'll get in line to help.
Well met, Pandaren.
Let's go find this engineer. Maybe getting this thorn removed won't be as hard as we thought.
We'll see, G. We'll see. But you're probably going to see real quick how G and Asa grew attached to each faction during this period of time. It's probably very clear that that's what's about to happen here. The fact that Asa immediately took off to, go after the Alliance, while G stayed behind to talk with the Tauren. Darkened Terrors. And of course the engineer is a goblin. And it's Michael Bay. Oh my gosh, Michael Bay is a goblin! It makes so much sense! Think about it, goblins love explosions! What's something we've always criticized about Michael Bay's movies? Insane amounts of explosions that are incredibly boring! I love that Blizzard made this joke. And I imagine people just loved this joke. And then they thought about it and they were like, oh my gosh, it makes so much sense now. Anyways.
What's up?
Korga sent you? Well, I wouldn't mind doing a number on that ship for my own reasons, anyway. But it's gonna take some work. Give me a moment to think. We can help you get your ship free, but we'll need more of the explosives that we were trying to take back from the Alliance to make it happen. I ordered the men to grab all the explosives that they could before making our escape. If you sift through the wreckage and bodies to our south, there should be some explosive bundles among them. Those that didn't already blow up anyway. Get me enough of them and I think I can put something together for you.
Be good.
I'm with you.
I do not know what this evil is that is infesting the forest, but I know exactly how to deal with it. So do you, I think. Which is kill the horrors and terrors. Alright, G, alright. We'll get to work on that when we return. Stay tuned.